Hello, everybody. Happy Friday morning to you, or Friday evening, or if you're on the other side of the world. And welcome to today's Messages of Love from Above. Hope you had an amazing week and very, very interesting energies going on. I'm sure you guys all felt them too. Very strong, intense. We're in the middle, of course, between a portal for the eclipses. We had a lunar eclipse a week ago Monday, and next Monday we got our solar eclipse. So we're right in the pocket of it all, which we'll talk about that just briefly here in a moment. Let me just get my desktop all set up. We'll get into everything, get into trouble. All right. Excuse me, tis the season to be phlegmy, so I do apologize. Gonna have to clear my pipes earlier and earlier. But welcome. Good to see everybody. So that's all set. So before we get into the session, or we actually are starting it, let's start it with sending some love out to the world, as we like to do. So whether you're watching this on replay or right now, I welcome you to join me. We can multiply love to the outside world. When one of us just sends love out to the world, it counterbalances a million people having lower vibrational experiences and emotions and energies, which this world is very easily creates that energy. It's what it's designed for. It's a giant amusement park full of fear rides, right? So there's a lot of fear available. But if one of us does it, it counteracts a million. And if a bunch of us do it independently, that's a bunch of transformation. But if we join together, it multiplies the love out to the world. So that's why I like to do it together here. All right, so I'm going to take a big deep breath and come back to right here, right now, and let all that outside world fall away for just a moment. Let's do it one more time. Beautiful. And as I hit our singing bowl, I'll hit it 3 times total, but just allow that beautiful love to flow down into us, fill us up, and flow out to the world. So here we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that. I'm going to put it back there, let it finish out its song back there. And let's get into it. So big shout out to one of my YouTube channel members, Alice. Hey, you can always see their names in green with their badges. So thank you so much. It's part of why I'm able to do what I do. It helps support me. So thank you for your YouTube membership, channel membership. And speaking of, let me just grab this real quick. If you missed the intro of the video here, tomorrow, the first Saturday of the month, I give away 5 free Zen Cricket memberships in the morning and 5 at night because I have an international audience. I like to split it out in 5 and 5. That way it gives everyone a chance when you're awake to actually win. And YouTube gives me 10 free every month, and so that's why I do it the first Saturday. It's when I have the most people on. And what else was I going to say about that? You know, you just have to have your gifting acceptance button switched to on, and then that allows you to be eligible. I don't pick them. YouTube and Spirit picks them. All I do is tomorrow in the beginning, when I start the session, I just click a little button that gives away 5, and then it just goes out and picks them, and it announces who the winners are. You also will get an email if you have email settings set up, as well as the notification on YouTube to let you know you get a free 30-day free membership. The Zen Cricket, what you get with that is you get advanced access to all of my YouTube, um, podcast. I record those. I try to keep 2. I'm going to eventually here soon be 3 ahead, so that you can have advanced access to all those, all my pick a cards. I just put out yesterday, I know, a new thing, which is I'm calling it astrological Zenergy, which talks about, like, this one was about retrogrades, about the Mercury retrograde that we're in right now, and then also the Saturn retrograde that's coming our way. And I'm just going to talk about the different retrogrades, the different planetary energies. And I'm also planning on starting monthlies back for each individual zodiac sign, which I'm going to have those come out at the middle of the month for the next month to help you prepare for the energies that are coming too. So be on the lookout for those. But so my Zen Cricket members get advanced access to all of those when I record them in advance. You'll be able to have previews of all of those things. And then on Wednesday nights have Cozy Chat, which for an hour we talk about podcast, or my podcast is called From Chaos to Cozy, which so we talk about, if anyone's having any chaotic things happening and just wants advice from spirit on, well, how would we look at this, or why does this happen? And it's a great chat. And that's for my Zen Cricket. If you're interested in just having that without winning one, that's $2.99 a month, and all that information's in the description box, how to sign up for that. I also have Praying Mantis members, which they get everything the Zen Cricket does for $7.99 a month. Plus, on Thursday nights, we have a 2-hour Q&A. And then after each one of these 5 sessions that I have on Friday, Saturday, 2 on Friday, 2 on Saturday, 1 Sunday morning, after each one, I have an hour where we spend time together too. So if you're interested in any of that, all that's down below. Sorry, blah, blah, blah. I know. But like I mentioned, we got the eclipse alert. So if you want to know how to make the most of your eclipses, here is a pick a card, but there's an eclipse guide too that talks about how to make the most of that energy and make it go more smoothly. And as I mentioned, I do have a podcast. Here's the latest podcast episode and a link to the playlist. This one was called Action, this last one. And let's see, we got all those. I'll just keep it short here, or shorter. This is the Aries new moon alert that I put out, which has to do with the solar eclipse. So all that's for Monday. Talks about how to make the most of the new moon wishes, and talks a little bit about the solar eclipse too. And there's a pick a card that asks, what does your inner child want you to know right now? So that was really fun. All right, I think that's enough for now. But yeah, so that's what we have. So let me move those out of the way here, and we will get into it. If you're new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome, welcome, welcome. We're very glad to have you guys here. Got a great group of people, huge hearts, great senses of humor, and so welcome. And how the free readings work, I do go down in order, first come, first serve, down the chat. There's no special list. The chat is it. You just put your question out there, and if you don't want to put your business out there, you can just ask for a general reading. Spirit knows that's who's important. But if anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange. I prioritize those, step out of the free readings. I dive deeper, meaning I pull more cards for those too. And then once I'm done, I return back and move down the list. It's how I make my living. That's why I prioritize that. I know not everyone's able to do that. That's why I try to do as many free readings as I can as well. All right, let's get into it. So let's see here. I do have the PayPal. So that came in at that time. All right. So I've got Mia. Hey, Mia. So I got two for you. And then we will go to Love, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then Sen, Sen. You'll be up after that. So let's get into it. Mia, thank you so much for your dual donations. Let's give the first one some love and a like there. All right. And hello, dear. So you want to know how um so what are F's true feelings and intentions towards you? All right. Let's take a look here. See what spirit wants you to know for your first question. Hope you're doing well. All right. So what are their true intentions? What do they have happening here? It's on the bottom of the deck here. Yeah. You know, the overall energy you have is the Two of Pentacles here. And I am using the Naked Heart Tarot today, just in case anyone wonders or wants them for yourself, you know what they are. Um, which shows me that they're kind of they go in this cycle. I don't know if they're like a rubber band, but whenever the Two of Pentacles comes up, it's about balancing energy and it's about making choices in the outside world. And I just kind of feel like there's a lot of uncertainty in their outside world where they're not really, making these movements towards anything right now. Yeah, even even the last card on the cards that came out is the Two of Swords, which shows that they're at a crossroads in their life and they're kind of just trying to figure stuff out. We got the Hermit card was the first one that came out. So very introverted, very on this inner journey trying to discover what it is they want to do, where they want to head, how they want their life to unfold. And so their true feelings for you, I feel, they do have this again balancing energy with the Spirit of Swords, their head and their heart going back and forth and back and forth. And excuse me, they do have the Ten of Cups, which is I love all these crystals. It's this overflowing, energy of a lot of emotion that overflows. They have all that, but all this indecision. I don't know if they're contemplating like where they want to live and what they want to do. And if it's, I don't know if you guys are at a distance, it just feels like they're not sure that they're going to be where they're going to be. And there's just this logical side of them is thinking, well, we don't know what we're going to do. So let's not let the heart leap forward because it's going to be painful if we have to pull it back. And I feel like this is the kind of energy that's coming in here. We have the Heart of Wands too, which is the Queen of Wands. Um, so there is this energy here. Okay, yeah, and I'm sorry. The spirit, I totally misread this. I saw it as the Queen of Swords, but it's the King of Swords. The Spirit of Swords is the king, which makes sense because it's the battle between the head and the heart coming in here. Either way, it's confirmed, with that energy, just for clarity. Um, but that Heart of Wands is a lot of passion, that comes in here with the Heart of Wands, Queen of Wands. She rolls over that, but that's also the card that represents connecting with their heart and their higher self. And you know even with this hermit journey, it just feels like they're really trying to discover what is their path ahead, where do I want to invest my energy, where do I want to go. And I feel like that is so much up in the air, and they got a lot of they're caught up in their head a lot around what they're wanting to do, where they're wanting to head. And so I don't feel like they know what intentions they have because they don't know. They don't know. They don't know a whole lot. I feel like they're just, I feel a lot of confusion if it's not coming through in my reading right now. It's just like I could do that, I could do that, I could do that, I could do that, but, if I do that and that, then I'm not gonna be here, I'm gonna be over there, and that's not fair, and I don't know if I really want, this, if I'm gonna be that, and blah, 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 blah. There's all these scenarios with if you ever do those charts where you have yes, nos, but there's all these all these lines in between, and they're just, like, confused in their head. Their heart has a lot of love and the Queen of Wands is passion too, but I just feel like they're undecided in their life right now, which just has them in this purgatory, this place of unknowingness, and they're just it's like they're standing at a fork in the road and there's 80 forks, 80 paths to go on, and they're like, "All right, well, I gotta whittle these down," and that's what they're doing, but they're all up in here. So hopefully that helps me, Amia, especially if they're acting a certain way and you're like, "Oh, okay." But that's what's coming through, so many blessings to you. So, let's give that second donation some love and a like there, and I appreciate your second donation. And wanna know what will be, the next actions and intentions of M towards you if you don't do anything in coming weeks. Alright, let's take a look here at M. Alright. What else here? So those are together, those are together. All right. So sorry, my throat is getting clearer and clearer. Wow, all of this stuff. So the bottom of the deck, they've got the Four of Cups here, and the Four of Cups, and the Seven of Pentacles that's under there is really uh, coming up here too. And we've got Four of Cups is emotional stability, and the Seven of Pentacles is the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. I feel like they're very patient. They don't take very much action. But on the bottom of the deck, we've got the Heart of Pentacles, which is the Queen of Pentacles, which shows that I feel like this is a time that they're really focusing on themselves. You're like, when haven't they, right? But I mean, really looking into themselves here. Because we've got the King of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. And this is one of my relationship cards. It's abundance. The Spirit of Cups is balancing of the head and the heart. And I feel like this is what their main thing is they're trying to balance things, trying to pursue things in the outside world, and trying to I don't know, I just feel like they're focused on them, wanting this emotional stability, wanting just to allow things to unfold. They're really quite honestly, it feels like they're going with the flow of the outside world in a lot of ways, and they're just like, well, whatever unfolds, unfolds. They're like really having this inner contentment feeling that's coming in here. Yeah, because we even got all of this here's the balancing of head and heart too. You've got the Heart of Cups, which is the Queen of Cups, the Ace of Swords, which is clarity and connecting and seeing things from different perspectives. So, Queen of Cups, of course, is she rules over emotion. So there's a lot of deep, deep emotion, a lot of deep, deep stuff there. But they're getting clarity around their emotion. They're getting clarity around things. But I just feel like this inward focus, and it makes total sense. I mean, if you look at the astrological energy, we're going into this, even like the Mercury retrograde. Mercury is the planet of communication, and transportation and, that type of energy. When we go in the retrograde, we all kind of have this where it's about inner communication, it's about inner movement. And so they are in this period here, and it makes sense with all this energy, with Saturn going into its pre-shadow, and that type of change that's happening in all of this. It's all pointing us inward, inward, inward to really reflect and see things that are below the surface. And I feel like that's a lot of what they're doing here as well. And again, here we come back to this King of Swords, it comes out again. You must do you like are you attracted to air signs or big thinkers? I like both of these because we got the Spirit of Swords for the other one too. A lot in their head about trying to find stability in the outside world. So, they have all this energy, and this Three of Pentacles is all about being true to their authentic selves. And so there is this pulling of this energy. I feel like if you their actions and intentions towards you, if you don't do anything, is it's just they go with the flow and they're just like, all right, they're just focusing on themselves. So I feel like they notice it, but they also, are okay with it because they're focused on them and their inner journey and looking at their desires and just kind of nurturing themselves in big ways here. So it feels like big mirrors for us as well, right? Where we turn inward, turn inward, and it just is a great time for that inner reflection and whatever you're seeing when you look at them is what is meant for you to kind of look where does that exist within myself. So that is what they have for you right now, Mia Mia. I know. What is that all about? But that's what they have, my dear. So hang in there. Enjoy your inner adventure. It feels like we're all being drawn into this hermity type experience for at least a couple weeks. Mercury goes direct toward the end of the month. So you can check out the video for that if you want. All right. So that is what they have for you, Mia Mia. And then we have love 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll come back to Sen and hey, Pallavi and everyone else. Welcome. Thank you for being a new subscriber. Yeah, the way that works for anyone new that's come in, the chat is the list. You just put your question out there. And then I just go down in order for free readings, first come, first serve. But I do step out for donations, which is what I'm working on right now and providing. So I just put it there and I'll eventually get down there. All right. So love 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you for your donation via the PayPal. And let's take a look and see. So question 1. So yeah, 4 questions. All right. So let's take a look here and see how were you perceived by the attendings of the ceremony. All right, let's take a look here. So we'll look at the ones they want you to know about, of course, because, as we say, everyone's perceptions are different depending on the person and the moment and what's going on in their life and what kind of life they've had. And this is a lot about what their perceptions are very much influenced by their own energy. So, Spirit usually says other people's opinions and thoughts of us are none of our business because it has little to do with us. But they're going to bring through what you're wanting, what they are feeling would be best for you to know about the perceptions that are out there. If there's anything that you can do with those, we'll kind of just zero the energy kind of that way. And then number 2 is getting the marketing role. Let's take a look here. Okay. That's going to be a yes or no. All right. And then when are you getting a new job? We actually have some timing decks, so we're going to use that and see what Spirit wants you to know about timing. All right. So that one and that one there. Throwing cards all over the place. And then you want to know number 4 is the Cancer Man. Can the Cancer Man's energy towards you? All right. I always hear that. The Candy Man can. All right. So let's take a look here. How were you perceived at this event? So, first of all right. Yeah, you've got the 10 of Cups. So, I mean, joy and celebration. There was a lot of people that just were just joyful. 10 of Cups is like a lot of emotion, a lot of energy. And they're like, wow, So they really were triggered into some good energy there. The 8 of Cups too is a flow of emotion. 8 and 10 of Cups together is very much about, um, the interactions with you triggered in positive ways. They're just like, wow. So I don't know if, bubbly and it was just like, um, it your energy just brought kind of a glow. It brightened the room, is what I would say with that card coming in there. The 7 of Pentacles, and some they are very slow to ask, not ask, to decide on, and so they're slow to judge. There was a couple people that are kind of just like, okay, taking in information, no determination. So it's like, just evaluating you, if that makes sense. Um, and so I like that. They're just kind of like gathering information, watching you. What are they picking up, and just making all these mental notes, for that. So hopefully that makes sense to you. Don't know if someone like a boss or whatever reviewing, or potential bosses or potential clients or different things. I feel like some people are just, they're very slow to decide, make, like, I don't want to say make judgments, but just to kind of come up with, all right, so this is what I feel. It takes time for them to decide that. Ace of Wands, yeah, I figured you were going to get some of this, attraction. There were some people that were like, well, hey, which, there's those in every crowd, but I feel like, you have people who are generally joyful and wow, that, and then there's other people where that triggered some, you know, like, why, stop looking at me that way. But there was that attraction from some people there. Yeah, and you have the Knight of Swords too. So I like this. So I feel like this is more people that you spoke with here. I feel like there's movement of swords is the Knight of Swords. Communication. They like the communication. There's this, made people think, and they liked the way you thought, and they were like, oh, wow, okay. And so I like this, you know, I feel like this is going to be, um, definitely with this night, it feels like some people are want to reach out to you, afterwards. So whoever this was, I don't know if this was like, if there was, looking for clients or looking for opportunities or whatever, but I feel like there's some people that were, impressed enough with this movement of swords that they definitely want to reach out to you here. So I like it. A wide variety, of course, of people were there with all of this. But I feel like it's the most important thing when we ask questions like that, that spirit just shows us that, we've got a ton of different things. Um, uh, you know, I think I read it, last week. There was this Facebook post that I saw. It was really amazing because, there was like this story someone had read, and they were just sharing like the characters, and like, wow, it really blew our mind that, everyone that meets us in the outside world creates a version of us in their head, and we have no idea what that is, how it will be, what, you know, unfolds with all of that. Um, but our version of ourself is not what everyone has in their head. There's a thousands of versions of us out there, and so everyone had a different version of you in their head. And when we realize that, it's like, yeah, we may never know till we're on the other side, what, everyone thinks of us and feels about us. And it's okay. It's like, you know what? That's none of my business, my version there. I just try to live the best version of me, and everyone's going to decide what they're going to decide anyway. So I like that for you there. Hey, Shakira. Yeah, anyone can ask any questions. All you have to do is put your question down in the chat. And I do go down first come, first serve for free readings, but for donations, I do step out and dive deeper into those as well, which is the ones I'm doing right now. All right, so that's it for number 1 question. Number 2 question, are you getting the marketing role at the design company? Oh my gosh. Of all the cards to get, you have the Naked Heart, and they keep on taking you back to following your heart. What's your life's passion? I swear, you know, this is a special card in this deck that's not in anyone else's, and it's the heart, following the heart. But I want to read it to you because it's about connection, purpose, and higher self. This is the tended tended heart warrior card. And this naked heart tells you, I radiate at a pure vibrational level, calling in all that I need at this time to stay in alignment with my path. The universe is highlighting my gifts and asking me to trust myself and my intuition. As I listen to what my heart needs, my natural essence comes forth to be nurtured, and I innately connect with my calling and purpose. Comparing myself to others does not serve me and will only knock me out of my flow. I was given the exact proportion of amazing, otherwise, I would not exist. My path may not always feel easy, but it will feel right. And when I shine bright, I am the spark to someone else's light, and I inspire others. The little Luna moth on the card whispers to you, you are brave and beautiful. Fly out of the darkness and into your light. And the heart, there's a like a heart disconnect which says, I ask myself, is my ego leading my path instead of my heart? So I feel like they're not answering us a yes or no with that. Um, so I feel like there's something more in alignment with your heart here. And, it just feels like there's this, and I know you're starting school next year, but I just feel like there's something that's more in alignment, like in the meantime, while you're, preparing to go to law school and all that, that there's this, like there's a job that you can get into that helps you, like getting a job in a law firm. And, in some sort of role, of course, that's not lawyer or paralegal in that, but you're able to get a job that pays good, but you're also getting a foot in the door. You're getting the side, even if it's like a legal secretary or, something like that, that comes in with all of that. And I just feel like that is what they're nudging you towards, is something that supports your dream rather than just finances, and building money up, if that makes sense. So that's what's coming in there for that one. All right. So I know, talk to your guides. They're the ones. Hey everybody, welcome, welcome. Hey Johanna, another one of my YouTube channel members. Good to see you. And yeah, I'm still accepting donations. I'm actually working on the donations. I'll be on for another hour and a half. So um, for this session. So feel free to donate away if you want to prioritize your reading. All right, and then your third question that you had: when are you getting a new job? I like it. Your guides. It's in progress now and within 18 months. And this, whenever I get like a range, it's all about our energy. It's all about our focus. And I feel like with what they just said about following your heart, doing this thing, that's important for you to really look at your energies. Are you focusing on something's missing and you wanting and needing and fearing? That's lower vibrational energy. Coming back to that gratitude, what did you love about the jobs you've had before? And start making a list of those things and have gratitude for all those amazing things and all those jobs that you had before, and then even gratitude that spirit is bringing you into bringing the job and opportunity that resonates with your heart, um, as well, because I feel like as you change that energy to gratitude and make that list, that draws in a job that is in alignment with that, where I feel like these other jobs are being, like, they move away from you, one because of your energy, but really, sorry, this chair is squeaking. Let me move up here. Maybe if I don't sit on the edge. There we go. It's like creak, 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 creak. It's all about, you know, changing that energy, and that there's jobs that are being kept away from you because they are not supporting where you're wanting to go and the dream that you're wanting to truly head onto. So hopefully that helps. All right. And then number 4, the Cancer Man's energy towards you. Let's take a look here. Wow. You know, they are just so they're in a hermit mode here. And if you listen just a moment ago, I was talking about all the energy that's happening right now is turning us all more inward to where because we're in this eclipses. We've got Mercury retrograde turning us inward. We enter the pre-shadow of Saturn, which is, you know, all of that, we talk about Capricorn and the devil card energy turns us inward, shakes up our thinking and thoughts and beliefs. And this is, I feel like, what's going on with them here. I mean, look at this. My God, I love the color of these cards. But swords, 9 of swords, 8 of swords, 3 of swords, nightmare and insomnia, and facing our fears, the 3 of um, swords, which is heartbreak and disappointment and facing our expectations, and then the 8 of swords, which is good. It's like they're realizing what of their own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets have kept them restricted and kept them, you know um, feeling small and, bound and trapped, and what's holding them back, and what's the source of all my pain and suffering, and so they're looking into this hermit journey really is drawing them in there. And even on the bottom of the deck we've got the 3 of wands, which is with new information in their life. I feel like they're changing directions in their life. They're taking an off ramp and going a different direction, which is okay because it's, your spirit guides are so sassy, and you know it. But they're like, but girl, you know that we don't want to get into a relationship. You're not going to have time for this when you go to law school. They're just like getting. I don't know if you ever have like a friend who, when um, someone's coming across a bar or a room at a party or something, and your friend knows, nope, this isn't for you, they will intercept. That's what spirit is kind of doing. Your posse and your spiritual team is keeping jobs and people and stuff away from you because they're like, these are distractions. These are things that are going to take you away. There's a lot of studying, there's a lot of preparation. It's like really looking into getting into a law firm, different things. They're like, this is your path. All this stuff, no, 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 no. It's like someone who, like, you're trying to get fit and you're about to eat a donut and they're like, no, 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 and they eat the donut. You're like, hey, that was mine. And they're like, you're gonna thank me later. And you're like, yeah, I know I will, but I wanted that donut. That's what they're showing me. So hopefully that makes sense. Love 1, 2, 3, 4, but that's what's coming through. So many blessings to you and enjoy. All right. All right. I think that was it for those. So we will jump back over here into the main chat. So thank you again for your donation. Hang in there, my dear. All right, Sen. Hello, hello. Thank you so much for your donation. And let me give that some love and a like since it lets me. And you want to know, when will that Aquarius reach out to you? Oh, those Aquarians. I'm an Aquarian. I can say that. You gotta remind them, hey, I'm an individual. I'm not the world that you're trying to save. Let's take a look here, and we'll pull those cards here, and then I'm also want to pull a timing card here. It's a 2 decks that I put together because I get a lot of timing questions. So we're trying these out and seeing what comes through, like from the guinea pigs. Okay, well that's really well, at least it's in the spring, which we just entered spring a couple weeks ago. So it will be during the next 3 months before summer solstice kicks in. We're like, Oh, let's see what they have coming in here for you. All right. Wow. Well, it feels very positive for you. I mean, you got the Wheel of Fortune card coming in first. This is, that tells us everything that unfolds does unfold for us. And that, sometimes because it's the fortune, the tune of for you, fortune. And it sometimes when things are happening in our life that are for us, our human side is like, how is that for me, because it doesn't see the big picture. When we get the Wheel of Fortune, it's like, um your humans on board with the result and the timing that will happen here. I feel like with this spring card coming in with these next couple cards that are coming in here too, it's like this, trust us, trust the flow, and let go of control. I know, right? But I feel like that's why they're not giving you like an exact date, you know, that they're saying, well, 3 months, at least it's not, well, someday. They're like, we're giving you that. They're like, trust us. And you're like, so this is the, you know, trust development opportunity between us and spirit for you right now with this. But they're saying, trust us, you're going to be happy about it. You're going to feel like dreams come true with the 9 of cups, so both of these together, amazing, amazing cards, you know. And then on top of all that, you also get the universe card, which is the world card, which is victory, celebration. And it's the last card in the major arcana, which is the ending of an old cycle and beginning of new adventure too. So, it's like all three of these cards together is they're like, yeah, they're going to contact you and you're going to be very happy about the timing, and it's worth the wait if there's any wait. And there's also this energy whenever we're being told by spirit, trust us, that while we're waiting, we can look at our self-love, right? We raise our love vibration. That 9 of cups kind of has that. 9 is the hermit, so that 9 of cups is hermity journey about our emotions, about, in the meantime, look inward and upward, expand your self-love, your self-worth, because when we do that, it also opens and expands our ability to give and receive love from others. Because we can't give love to others more than to the extent we love ourselves, nor receive love from others more than to the extent we love ourselves. Because when we love ourselves that much, no matter how much love we want to give out, it just drip, drip, drip. No matter how much love they want to give to us, drip, drip, drip. But as we open that, then this opens up as well. And it's getting rid of the thoughts and beliefs that don't serve us, the emotions that don't serve us. So we kind of just start doing some inner maintenance while we're waiting for it, and that's also what brings in things faster. Lower vibrational energies slow things down, when higher vibrational speeds things up, right? So I like that coming in there. And if you want any guidance, like, well, how can I raise that? I have a free podcast called From Chaos to Cozy, which provides a lot of tools and experiences that I went through, that Spirit is having me share, the knowledge that they, imparted through experience and through channeling, that can help us raise our vibration from lower vibrational chaos to higher vibrational cozy. So if you want to check that out, the link is in the description box, where you can find it on my main channel as well. So that's what they have for you, son. You've been so anxious about it. Yeah. And that's fear, right? So when we're anxious, that's lower vibrational fear energy. And when we're like, okay, well, what am I fearing, right? That's the kind of the thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that we can look at and go, does their actions really mean anything about me? No, this is all that's going on inside of them. It's not about my self-worth comes from inward and upward. When I'm looking at my value from the outside world, that's retail price. And you're probably too young to remember this, but the Kmart blue light special clearance rack is where we end up with when we look to the outside world for our value, but when we turn inward and upward, that's where we find our pricelessness. So when we have that anxiety, it's like, okay, so let me look into here and find out, what does this mean? And then when we have this aha and we release our value in relationship to the outside world, then we get out of that retail price and we get into the pricelessness, like a diamond, that they're like, oh, there's just no value, it's priceless, can't even put a price on who you are, you know and I like that for you. All right, so that's what they have for you, Sen. Hang in there, it's a beautiful journey, isn't it? All right, so many blessings. Then Johanna, hello, hello, my dear. Let's give that some love and a like there. Thank you so much for your donation. What's the tea? What's the tea in your love life? Let's find out. What does Spirit want you to know? The 411. And in fact, I'm going to take a sip of my coffee here. I don't have tea right now, but all right. So let's take a look here. You're welcome, Sen. So, Johanna, what's the tea in love, 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 love? All right. So that went that one. Okay, put those over there. I want that one, that one. Okay. All right. Well, I do like the bottom of the deck. We've got the universe card, the world card. I just put it out and now it ends up in the bottom of the deck, which is the energy, of course, of victory and ending of an old cycle, beginning of a new adventure that's free from a lot of expectations and all that. And you've been working on that. You even have the Page of Cups, the Innocence of Cups that's coming in. Let me see. They seem to be becoming more clear when I do that. Yeah, here we go. So the Page of Cups is, you know, new heightened love that's coming in, a new awareness of love. So I do feel like someone will be, coming your way here. Yeah, you got one card and two cards and three cards. So it will unfold step by step. Yay. We always love hearing that in our human form. They're like, wait, what's the rush? Things are going to unfold. But we're like, hey, when you're in human form, boom, you know what I'm saying? So, I like that. We'll take a look here. Hey, human being. Shout out to another one of my YouTube channel members. Good to see you. All right. So you have started off here with the Nine of Swords, which is, of course, nightmare, insomnia. And it's the great. I feel like this is saying that, this is the pattern that we're moving from with the universe and the world card. You've really been looking at your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets that, have been, um, the cause of angst and disappointment and frustration in the past regarding love. And I like that you just been looking at these and releasing these, and there's been this transformation. The nine is like almost to the 10 of swords. Nine is endings and beginnings. It's endings. Nine is more like endings, and 10 is the ending and beginning. It's walking out the door. It's like the nine is the opening of the door, and then the 10 is stepping out of the door into the new adventure, which with the universe card is endings and beginnings. So that's the overall energy here, showing you that you're stepping out a lot of those supposed to, shoulds, need tos, have tos, must, whatever from the past. That was step one. Yeah. And what are the chances of you getting the full card, which is the first card in the major arcana? That's what comes after the world card. And this is the new adventure that's free of expectations. I love that you have the Earth Mother and the which is the Empress coming in too, because the Empress, two major arcana, boom, this next step. Uh she is right before the emperor and the hierophant. When you're looking at the story of the fool's journey through all of them all, the earth mother, the empress, is about creativity and new birth and all this, but she's also about no restrictions. She's the one running naked through the forest going, I don't care about your roles that you have in the city, the kingdom. or religion, which organized religion, which here can be that leader. Those are the roles you guys have because you all live together, and I understand that. But I'm in nature and I'm running free, free from all these expectations, free from all these roles, and I'm on this beautiful adventure and this journey. I like this full card here, and the Earth Mother that come in here. So there is this with love and this opening, you're flowing forward, you're um, taking away all the blinders, all the expectations, and you're just like, you know what? I trust you. You're going to bring the perfect person in the perfect time, the perfect way, and I'm not going to worry about all this stuff. And I like this journey of living your passion, stepping forward, and doing what you love, and that's where you meet them. And let's look at step 3 with 3 cards here. Hey, love 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, I did. You were like a couple ago, but I did complete yours, so thank you. All right. Yeah. So, you've got this temperance card, things unfolding, taking their good old time, right? Yay. And then you got the innocence of pentacles, page of pentacles, which is a new opportunity that is opening up here in the near future. And we got the 6 of wands too, which the 6 of wands is another victory card like the universe card, but it's also equal passion, 3 wands on each side. So there's going to be this mutual attraction. So I feel like there's the spark that happens. Let's pull a timing card here as well. See if they'll give us any timing on things. The temperance. Yeah, I know the temperance. All right. And you've got in December. So December is an important time. I don't feel like this is. I feel like it's someone born in December, so either Capricorn, Sagittarius energy. I don't feel like it's December. You're like, oh my god, that even though that's only 8 months away. Can you believe it's already April? Happy April, everybody! I can't believe that. Let's take a look here. We're also going to pull a Lover's Oracle. All right, human being, hang in there. All right. Yeah. People don't believe in me. That's funny. I got Santa Claus with this, which is funny. Chris Kringle, right? People don't believe in me in December. It's like I had this vision of, the Santa movies that they have, the Christmas movies where, you know, um, the one that's coming to mind is the one where Tom Hanks was the driver of the train, and it's there was a song about believe from what is his name? He's an opera singer. But I feel like it's interesting that they brought those in together. So maybe their name is Chris, Christopher, Christoph, because that's the name of Santa Claus, or something to do with that kind of Christmas energy that they have here for you. It will be a gift, but I like this energy coming in. Very interesting. But hopefully that helps, Johanna. I don't know if that brings any clarity for you here. At least it brings some hope. It's like believe, believe, you know. Um, I can see his face, the opera singer, curly brown hair. Anyway, you probably know who it is. But that's what they have for you, Johanna. So many blessings to you. I tried pushing, but all I got was Santa Claus in December. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? All right. So many blessings to you. And again, thank you so much for your donation. Your guides are so funny. All right, and then no, 72. Hello, hello. Thank you so much for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like there since it lets me in. Celebrating your third super chat. So thank you for allowing me to be your third. I might even been one of the first or second. Anyone to know, is Kevin interested in you or is he just playing you? Oh, Kevin. Hey, good morning. I just saw your other comment there. Let's take a look here. Safeway, are we going to have to go on a road trip and talk to Kevin? That's your big bruddaZEN energy coming through. All right, let's take a look here. All right. Let's see what we have here. Okay. You know, so I would say that, that they imagine they're trying to put this in a way because I don't feel like they're intentionally a player, all right? But I feel like they're confused and that their interest is more self-interest. And so I don't feel like they're like playing you because I feel like they go from person to person to person trying to get filled up on the inside. And because of these deceptive thoughts and beliefs and emotions and stuff that's been in their life, that they say things and do um, present themselves in a way to make themselves likable and all of that. So, not necessarily like a player, like they're out there. I'm playing people. I just feel like they don't know any better, if that makes sense. And that's probably the case for most players, but because it has to do with their insecurities. Let me show you all the cards that support this, right? So the card on the bottom of the deck is the Romancer with the Knight of Cups, which is what tells me like they're, that is like a player card, like someone that's, you know, I forget what the old there used to be someone back in the Romeo and Juliet days. They're like they would go and romance all the women. I forget what his name was, but that's the energy that can come through with the movement of cups. That's the underlying energy of this whole thing, right? Yeah. Right? And, we have the Spirit of Cups, we have the Nine of Cups, which this is the energy. If I got these cards by themselves, it's like, wow, this is like a dream come true. But but all these other cards tell me it's a facade. It's like they try to present themselves as I'm a dream come true. I'm everything and they'll say all the right things but I feel like what you're picking up is the high priestess energy. So you're picking up something going, this something smells like I stepped in something, You smell their crap, right? It's like it's like this new shirt I got which says my third eye can see straight through your um Pupukaka. And I feel like that's what you're picking up. There's a lot of hidden and unknown that's below the surface that you're picking up here. And the cards in the middle between it, is the Seven of Swords, which is my deceit and thievery, trickster, and the Five of Pentacles. This combination here is where I got this, the Five of Pentacles is the feelings of lack and abandonment, being left behind, and the deceptive thoughts. So there is all this, energy here of, you know, deception, cheater, but it has to do because, someone can't give you something that they can't give themselves, right? If they can't be faithful to themselves, they can't be faithful to anyone else. If they don't have a whole lot of self-love, they can't give a whole lot outwardly. So they kind of have to create this, facade of, well, I'm loving, and like, nice try. You're like, how can you, you know, do you not know who you're talking to? I know I used to have relationships where, especially after I really started connecting to the higher realms, I'm like, did you forget that who I am? That I can pick up on your emotions? And they're like, oh yeah. I'm just like, but why are you hiding things? You're not going to be able to hide them. They're going to bust you out. So, I like this, awareness that's coming in. I feel like you knew this already because that's why you're asking the question, right? You're just like, I feel something's afoot, or smells like a foot, or it's like someone stepped in something and it's on your bottom of your shoe. And you're like, yeah, something's not, something's not, but again, like you said, when you have arguments, well, I've had a rough life, and you're like, yeah, I know you have, but well, go do something about it, right? Go to counseling, do that inner work like you have. Yeah, I've had rough life too. you know um every human probably has. It's definitely not had, no child has had a perfect childhood and growing up and everything. So, you know, it's time to transform that lower vibrational lack into higher vibrational, you know, looking at life differently. So, but that's not your job. Even if you're a licensed counselor, right? You're like, no, you need to go take care of that. So, um, that's what's coming in there for you there. Hopefully that helps. No, 72. So, trust that gut, trust that instinct, because it was your spidey sense was going off for a reason. Right? Exactly. You're like, here, you don't have to live with that if you don't want to here. And it's not your job to, transform them. There's this great meme. Let me see if I can find it really quick here because they're nudging me to do it here. I think it's in here. Um, yeah, it's just the one that I started to talk about. Sometimes people can't reciprocate because they can't give you what they can't give themselves. Those who are at war with themselves can't give you peace. Those who betray themselves can't give you loyalty. Those who lie to themselves can't give you honesty. See them as they are, not who you wish them to be. And that's the whole thing is we can get so attracted to someone's potential. However, trust what they're giving you because there's no guarantee they'll ever get to that potential that you can see because of your intuition and your connection, your spiritual gifts that you have. So I like it. All right. So thank you again for your donation. I appreciate that. And enjoy your adventure, right? All right. So many, many blessings to you. And Brenda Tejada, hello, hello. Ooh, we got a diamond today. All right. Thank you for that and for the sticker and for the donation. And Brenda. Okay. Okay. So let's take a look here and see what's happening here with Eric. Is it gonna continue the way it is or based on current energies? Any advice they have here for you? Okay. Oh. You just gotta love spirit. There's days where it's just so clear. You got the lovers card here. Let's see if I can get it to focus in a little better there. Look at the little heart in between the beaks. So I feel like things will be different. Things will work out there. Let's find out what happened here. Going in here. So the first two cards that came out here Yeah, we've got the Ace of Wands and the Queen of Wands, and the with the Heart of Wands. The Queen of Wands, there is a lot of passion here, which can make it, yep, this is your reading. Yes. We're like, whoop, 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 whoop. So we like that. So you start off with the Lovers card, right? And so you've got a couple groups here. This first one here, is passion, is this movement. Um, so the passion continues within this, and I feel like they're saying that when there's that's what he reverts to. When something unfolds and shakes and rattles it, it always goes back to that's like their foundation of what they had before. That's like, okay, that's at least, an anchor for them in some way. But let's look at these other three here. Yeah. Yeah, even with these here, we've got these three cards coming out together. You've got let me see if I can do this. I'll do it this way. So here's the Page of Wands, so heightened passion, the Three of Pentacles, and the Seven of Swords. This is about them facing and becoming aware of their own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that have cheated them out of things in their life and this fear of being true to their authentic selves, right? When it's almost like they revert to like a little 2-year-old who got punished, right? The fear of you can't be yourself, you can't do this, um, type of uh, of energy. It's like what they experienced when they were younger, when they would do something and it didn't turn out the way they wanted, if they sensed there was I would say disagreement or um an acceptance of something, rejection of something, then they would withdraw inward. And so they're learning this. I mean, they're not a kid anymore, of course, but we are a kid on the inside, and we revert to that. Yeah. Um, I feel like, that things will, you know, if you talk about things, if you approach it not from a place of fear, but to, you know, really, be vulnerable if you haven't, right? Yeah. And, it's like, well, let's talk about what happened and let's talk about what not look what you did because that just pushes people further away, right? When it's like, I really care about you and I want to um learn from what happened and because a relationship isn't perfect. If we're looking for a relationship that, no obstacles whatsoever, you're gonna have a relationship with a ghost. They don't exist with humans. Humans have in little inner children that feel unsafe and out of control. Both all of us do. When it feels unsafe and out of control, we go into fight or flight mode. We all do stupid stuff. And he's pulled back because he's, I don't know where this feeling of rejection came from, but you can take this in a different direction. With the Lovers card there, that's the bottom of the energy of the entire thing, and you have the Three of Wands, which is taking a direction different than you guys had anticipated. But the Sun card is victory, is abundance, is overflowing, and so there is still is this opportunity to really see things. And it's like, oh, my the bubble of, oh, I thought they were going to be this perfect person. When that gets busted, if we leap from that into something else and we keep on leaping because we have conflict with someone and we're like, well, they're treating me in this way, so I need to reject them. It's like, well, if you take the opportunity to just learn to communicate and share with each other, then that'll just make the relationship stronger. as you really want to understand one another instead of doing the other, right? Yeah. So your response is cold, right? A mirror for us, and it's like, um, instead of taking other people's actions personally, realize they're in fear, realize that they're hurting, whatever, whether it was, definitely not your intention. We never really intend to hurt other people, especially people we care about. But when our inner child goes into flight or flight mode, we do unintelligent, unloving, uncompassionate things, which coldness would be really there, right? Oh, yeah. That's his insecurities, right? So, when we realize, there's so much growth that we do in relationships with other people. Yeah. A lot of expectations, right? A lot of supposed tos and shoulds. And when we realize, what is my fear? If I'm not feeling feelings of unconditional love and, joy and celebration, then I'm reacting out of fear. My inner child is freaking out, right? It's throughout my loving, compassionate side, and I am, so when you were falsely accused, right? That's what your mind was telling you. How dare he falsely accuse me, and he thinks I'm this kind of person, your inner child made it all about you, when really this was about their fear. And if we can stay out of fear, and when those things happen, then we can look at them and go, "Oh, wow, you're fearing, and this isn't about me, this is about their insecurities and their fear that probably have a foundation somewhere in their life." So we're not like, "Well, you're weak and you're stupid and, you don't deserve me." That's probably what they heard from parents, mom, whoever, when they were younger, right? And, there's this, um, awareness that comes in with that. Yeah. Well, there definitely is all this potential with the Lover's card on the bottom of the deck. It's an important partnership. You definitely learn a lot about yourself through this, and it can unfold, and it's not a waste of time, because if you don't learn this with him, and things can unfold in a beautiful way. If you keep jumping, like, from not keep jumping, but if you move from a relationship to relationship to relationships because people are not being who we acting the way we want them to be, we're gonna be single the rest of our lives, right? Because there's a lot of, so much, emotional stuff, that we have all experienced, and he's had his share. And so if we can step back when we're reacting, and take deep breaths and go, "What am I fearing?" And, I want to, um, you know understand where their fears are coming from, and I want to understand where my fears are coming from. And that's the whole journey of from chaos to cozy that we go through. We just really realize, oh, okay, this is why I'm reacting to their reaction. They ignited out of fear. I ignited out of fear. Yeah. Well, and sometimes being sweet and kind, is, their walls are up, and if, it's sometimes on being lovingly honest, and not, being sweet and kind, um, because that can also be something like a parent did, and then they could never trust, like, I kind of feel like there's some stuff with their mom when they were younger, where they would get upset and blah 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 blah, blah, and then he would shrink, and then they had to act, like if they were bipolar, and then an hour later they're acting all sweet and kind to them, and they're just like, I don't know if I could trust that. And I feel like they've got all this bubbling stuff going on, which a lot of people do, but if you're just like, hey, I know we hit a bump in the road, and I just want to talk this out, and let's talk. I care about you, but if you don't want to be in this anymore, let me know. And if we're just, kind of just kind and lovingly honest, not blah 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 blah, right? No, I feel like we're just, you know, we're almost playing games, right? We're not children anymore. You know, I feel like what is a waste of time is us playing games, right? When we realize, you know what, let's just be honest. Let's just be lovingly honest, not mean, rude, or anything like that. Take deep breaths and just say, hey, I know, like I said, even as I know we hit a bump in the road last week, and um, but I care about you, and this is where the vulnerability comes in, and it's true, it's truthfulness. I care about you, um, but I feel like you're pushing me away. Are you wanting, are you wanting this to continue between us? Question mark. And then you wait, heart emoji or something. And so it's not about, pretending everything's okay when it's not. It's about, sharing those things, and going that route, because there's great possibilities, and we have to learn to communicate in relationships, or things don't work out. If we That's where the game playing comes in. It's us protecting ourselves, they're protecting themselves, and if we're both playing, you know, I'm gonna say it's cold in its own way, because they feel us pulling back, they've pulled back too, and when we're all behind our walls, there's no communication, right? So, um, I I don't feel very good about the, like, "You're pushing me away," 'cause anytime you do this, no one likes that feeling, right? So, I know we hit a bump in the road last week, but I care about you. Um, I just feel, let's see, I feel like we're distant, because that means that's where I feel like we are distant, or I feel distance between us. Um So maybe just replace that with that, and then that looks great. All right. So that's what they have for you, Brenda. Hang in there. But yeah, definitely there's great possibilities, and they have such a huge heart. But when they get hurt and they get scared, they pull back, right? Like any human being. And so when we start to feel that, if we can resist and not go into fight or flight mode ourselves, then we can communicate. Um, and and it's okay for us to do that, as long as we keep coming back and talking about it after we both calm down, you know and then it's like, okay, you know and when we have discussions, it's sharing, I have my own fears, and my fear is this, and they're like, what, you fear, because they see you as this strong queen, right? But when you're like, you know um I have my own fears. I fear that, I fear being used. I fear, this. I fear that. And when we're honest, people are like, "Wow, wow," and that's where bonds truly happen. But behind big, thick walls, no communication. All you hear is, "Roo, roo, roo, roo," and you're like, "What?" All right. So hang in there, my dear. Much love to you. Yeah. Let me know how that message goes. All right. So thank you guys again for your patience and all your donations. So we have Danielle Pena, you are up. And then HTTPS, you'll be up after that. And then Jeep, thank you for your multiple donations. You'll be up after that. All right. And thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up that you're giving the video. It does help spread the Zen love. So thank you so much. I really appreciate that. You're part of the love tsunami. All right. So Danielle Pena, let's give your donation some love and a like there. You want to know, how does Paul feel about your decision to walk away? All right. Let's see what's going on in Paul's brain or his heart. We want to know feelings, not thoughts. But we'll see what Spirit wants to share here anyway. So let's take a look here. What's going on with Paul with your decision to walk away? Okay. All right. So, I usually don't read cards upside down. But the sun card, this is important because I do feel like here with this, it's like the sunset. You were, it's such a bright light. You brought so much light into their life. It's like a sunrise when they met you. And with you walking away, it's like a sunset. It just feels like dark. It feels like the darkness, in a way, has returned into their life here, right? Um, we've got also the Knight of Pentacles, which is the slowest moving knight out of them all here. And, it does feel here like their life suddenly has just come to a halt almost. It's like if you're going 100, okay, maybe not 100, like 80 miles an hour on a freeway. I think there's some 80 miles an hour here. When you ever drive across the country in the United States, there's like 80 mile an hour periods on a freeway where you're just going, and after you've been doing that for like an hour and a half, when you have to slow down to like 35 miles an hour to go through a town or to get gas, you feel like you're at a crawl. And that's the kind of feeling and emotion that they're putting in here, with that coming through. And it's like, wow, it's like, they just feel like their life has come to a halt. So you definitely had this impact on them, probably more than you realized. I feel like they are pretty uh, guarded is a good word, I think, for it. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah, we got the Justice card, and this was on its side, which so out of balance with the Justice card here. And it feels like there's a lot of thinking going on. They get into their head, and that makes sense too. The bottom of the deck, we had the Ten of Swords. I was wondering when they were going to bring that in. They're bringing it in now, which is a lot of expectations, a lot of supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts in their head. And this Justice card with this Ace of Swords allows them to really look at their thoughts and beliefs and a lot of their fears. So I feel like they are in thinking about things and wondering why they had the actions they did, and all these stories that they had in their head. I feel like they had themselves under a lot of pressure of who they thought they were supposed to be and should be and need to be. And because they had themselves under this law, all these rules of relationship growing up, I feel like they kind of had that on you too, whether consciously or unconsciously. But I feel like that's why they felt guarded, because they just had so many disappointments in the past, so much pain from the past, that it caused them to you know feel this way. And in an odd way, they kind of feel relieved being out of a relationship, because they don't. It's like if you have a stressful job, if this makes sense. If you have a stressful job where there's a lot of demands and you get fired from it, there's this odd relief of like, well, I was going to fail that, so it feels like pressure off. But at the same on the you know on the other hand, they do feel like that, like the sunset, right? And that their life just like, now what? And I feel like they're in that kind of, you know, that place there. Yeah. Let's see what they have here. Yeah, we've got this strength card here. So they definitely are turning inward and upward here. through this to try to find what they want, where they want to go, how they want things to unfold here. So, I mean, definitely, I feel like they don't want to go into a bunch of other emotions and different things like that because they just wanted you to see that, yeah, you were like a sunrise coming into their life, and now they feel like the sun is set. So they feel like they're in this momentary place of darkness. They know sun will rise again in their life, but they're sitting in the darkness, looking at the full moon because there's still reflection there. But they, there is this relief of not being seen, being in the dark, if that makes sense. Interesting energies. And then they got the Eight of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles coming in here, which is new opportunities, opening up in the outside world, that come in here. And I feel like they're really putting their nose into their work and looking at that. And I don't know if they're looking at going back to school or if they're in school. I just feel like they're really focusing in on um the job and that type of thing, where they really just, they distract themselves, right? So it's like, okay, well, I don't want to think about all this stuff. It just feels dark. I'm just doing the very next thing, kind of energy that's happening and moving forward in their life. I don't feel like they have this hope, that's coming in here, for you, Danielle. Like they're like, oh, maybe we'll get back together, type of thing. I feel like they know when things are over that they like, and this goes back to all those expectations and the pain and stuff is, well, this is what I deserve and this is what life is. And so I'll just continue moving forward, see what happens next in my life. It's that kind of energy. It just, um, I don't know how other to explain it. It's just the emotion that's coming in. So hopefully that makes sense. So I think it was a good decision, for you, Danielle. It was on purpose, for a purpose. You learned a lot about yourself through this too. I like this confidence in you deciding for yourself, not sacrificing yourself and um, you know settling for things that you don't feel are acceptable for you. You're like, you know what? I feel like you were very patient. I feel like it feels like you put in a lot of time and effort and energy, and it's like you like, went to the cocoon, did the work, and they were supposed to, right, go into the cocoon and do the work and come out butterflies and go distances, and you popped out of your cocoon of butterflies, and they hadn't even created their cocoon yet. You're like, "Whoa, where I can't what's going on? I can't carry you," you know? So I feel like you were like, "Okay, I have to go do butterfly things." And so I like this for you. So hopefully that makes sense. You're very welcome, Danielle. So you definitely, you know, don't wanna carry there's actually this emoji that, I'll put it over here. There's this butterfly carrying a caterpillar. It's one of my emojis for my YouTube channel members. And it's the story. It's exactly the story of the Eight of Pentacles, which is we do all the work and we come out a butterfly and then other people don't. And we're like, I can't like reverse myself and become a caterpillar and I can't eat leaves I don't want to eat leaves anymore. I want to go seek nectar and I can go on migrations of 1,000 miles that a little caterpillar can't get past, a stream, much less a river. Butterfly can seamlessly flutter over a river. And you're like, the butterfly got places to go. And you're like, okay, well, you go do caterpillar things. I got to go be me. I got to go do butterfly things. Right. So, so that's what's coming in, Danielle. Again, thank you so much for your donation. I love it, right? Flutter, flutter, fly, butterfly, fly. So that is supported, and I like that. All right. So thank you again, Danielle, for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. And HTTPS, hello, hello. So thank you so much for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like there. And let's take a look here. So, messages from your spirit team. All right, let's check in with them and see what are they wanting to bring in today. So, what do you want for HTTPS? All right. That one. All right. They want these like this though. Bottom of the deck, you got the 9 of wands, the monkeying around. I like this energy though. It has this their the 9 of wands has like a dual meaning. And the one that's coming in for you, probably more than dual. It's like a ton of meanings, but there's usually like, oh, it's a block, or it's becoming aware of your own power, stepping into your power. And the 9 is the hermit's journey. And so I do feel like they're saying, they're recognizing the energy you've taken to look inward, to step into your power, to see your power of choice, your power of energetic choice, that's coming in here with this. Yo! Let's see what this is coming in here. Well, yep. Yep. And then what is this here? Yep. Wow. Yep. 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 So, first card that came out is the movement of wands, which is the Knight of Wands, fastest moving knight, but also this knight quest after the Ace of Wands, which is what the monkey is holding on to here. It's that you've been on this search, you've been on this journey, you've been on this, quest to find and step into your power in your life. And so this is that recognition that, you're discovering it, and you're getting the next clue, and you're getting the next clue, and you're on this quest finding. It's like, if you ever saw those, I forget what they were called. It was Nicolas Cage. He had it where he was a treasure. Oh, National Treasure is what it was. Thank you. um, the first one was called National Treasure, I think, but it was like there was the search, and they would go from a clue to a clue to a clue. And I feel like this is the type of adventure that you're on right now, and you're just finding it, and going up another level, another thing, another thing, another thing. And I like that. You've got the movement of cups too, which is the Knight of Cups. So the quest for the Holy Grail that's coming in here. Now they're bringing in the energy of Indiana Jones, who they were, in search of the Holy Grail in one of the, one of their many movies. And so there is this questing type of energy. It's almost like they're inviting you in this higher quest, inviting you into this new treasure hunt in a way. And I like that energy coming in here. It's really, really cool. And you have here higher knowledge that's coming in. You have the Heart of Wands, which is the Queen of Wands, which is trusting and connecting with spirit. They have a great ability, again, with the Ace of Wands energy coming in. But there's this, asking of spirit, connecting with spirit. You know, she usually has a black cat with her on her card because she has cups energy, emotional energy that allows, yeah, and here's that, yeah, this is the fire and water energy that you got with the movement of wands and the movement of cups, because it has both fire and water together. And she's able to really connect to the spirit realm and ask for guidance, ask for hints, ask for this. It's like a treasure hunt, though. It's a scavenger hunt. It's all right, so what's the next clue? Show me what's the next thing is. We don't need to know. We don't want them to tell them, oh, it's right there. Adventure over, right? We want a quest. We want this journey. And so they're showing you that life is this treasure hunt, and that you can ask them for these, you know, directions. You have the 10 of swords, which is letting go of the small t truths, letting go of the things that no longer serve you mentally, because they're exhausting, trying to please everyone else, trying to be who everyone else wants us to be, all of our supposed do's and shoulds and need to's and have to's and musts that have been poured into our head. There's this freedom, this treasure hunt that's coming in here. And even in your last card here, you even got the judgment card, which is your higher self calling you to this higher place. It's like the higher calling, right? Endings and new beginnings, this, movement forward that comes in with all of this. So I feel like there's this invitation from spirit. And I feel like you've probably been feeling like this for a while. And I feel like that this is them bringing clarity of what this is they're inviting you in this new part of this new adventure. Ready for the next quest? Ready for the next one? And if we look at it as this adventure and this journey, uh, instead of all these roles with those 10 of swords, it allows us to really explore and go places we hadn't gone before. They're showing me in my head Lord of the Rings. It would have been the first one because it's when, um, the four hobbits, they leave on their journey for the first time and they reach a point that I've never been beyond this place. If I once I step beyond it, then, you know, I'm in a new world. And I feel like this is what is coming in for you right now with that. So hopefully that makes sense. In fact, I kind of want to pull from here this Ask Your Guides Oracle real quick, because this is what it was about, is asking your guides, right? There's nothing too small. And especially if you're recognizing repeating numbers, synchronicities, things going on around you, that's them just kind of going, just remind you we're behind you. You can ask us anything, right? And you got card number 26, which is balance with your teacher guides here. And look at in their hand, the ace of wands. Can't make that up. It actually looks like the queen of wands. So let's take a look here. Yeah, so you're in the delicate process of learning how to properly balance the flow of give and take in your personal relationships, and it's time to evaluate your progress. And this can be your personal relationship with spirit too. Are you giving too much, leaving you feeling resentful and angry? That would be the outside world. Are you failing to ask for what you need, hoping others will figure it out, then feeling let down and unloved if they don't? Are you taking too much and burdening others with your responsibilities now? Are those you love complaining that they feel neglected or taken advantage of by you? Your teacher guides help you learn how to interact better in your relationships so that you neither give nor take too much as a meaning of controlling others. They counsel you to be honest about your motivations and actions and how you show up to others. Your divine teachers are on hand to help you move beyond any unfeeling and self sabotaging patterns and learn how to connect and communicate with others in a balanced, healthier way. Your teacher guides lovingly assure you that while relationships are the most difficult of all our spiritual classrooms, all right, and the lessons of proper give and take are the most difficult of skills to learn, you can do this. It is now time to make this your priority before you lose important people in your life, like yourself. Don't lose yourself. Be honest and seek balance in your relationships with others. Ask your divine teachers to guide you. There you go, asking, in how much to give and receive in all relationships, not just the romantic kind. And the why. Why? They will help you create better and more satisfying relationships if you want to learn. Your teacher guides message to you: give fairly and with unconditional love, and all will turn out well. I love that. All right. So hopefully all that resonates there for you. HTTPS, that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. And thank you again for your donation. Really appreciate that. Yep, absolutely. We'll pull more. It'll probably be later when I come back on. So absolutely. All right. And then Jeep, 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 Jeep. Thank you for all your donations. Let's start off with number one here. I'll give that some love and a like here. And so, an update on your trip to Italy with your family in June. All right, let's take a look here. Let's just shuffle these, get them revitalized here. All right. So, how will the trip go there? Let's just take a look here. All right. What an amazing a journey. I like we start off with the 7 of Pentacles, which is the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. So there is this, adventure here of I feel like it's slow feeling in the beginning, and I don't feel like you're getting the fruit of like what you're wanting to get from the trip, the vacation um, at first, right? I just feel like it starts off kind of slow, but then things start to happen. Things start to unfold because you got the star card overall, which is like a dreams come true kind of card. So I do feel like there is this energy here of um, you know. Uh, okay, now we're having fun, we're communicating. I feel like people took them time to let their walls down to choose to have a good time, right? Because you can't control their people's emotions, but I feel like eventually people kick it up and start to, you know, enjoy themselves. You have the moon card here too, which is the, Mother Luna, caring, Cancer, a lot of emotional energy and I feel like what's important for this, to happen is not to let the emotions, um, your underlying emotions overwhelm, right? I feel like the more that you can just share emotion, positive, higher vibrational emotion, right, with all of your family there, that makes it easier for them to choose unconditional love. Like you can't make them choose to have a good time. They either going to choose lower vibration or higher vibrational emotional choices, but you can make it easier or harder. And I feel like they're really going to be looking to you for the emotions of the trip, which is interesting, right? Which is not your responsibility, but it is your influence. So if you want to, you can. This is how you make this kind of dreamy feeling come in here, right? Is trusting this emotional moon energy and allowing yourself, to look at it that way. So I like that. Ah, very good. Yeah, that is great. I love that. Yeah, as little expectations as possible. And I like this too. I mean, literally the Ace of Swords, which looking at things from a higher and different perspective, cutting away all the expectations is you know, you know, to go, all right, everybody, um it's just about sharing love with everyone, not getting in between anyone else's stuff. It's your individual relationships with each person, and there's the love that you give them on the trip, and about how you know your moment by moment choices. There's no right or wrong, but if you want higher vibrational, it's the more we can learn about higher vibration and to make those then that uh, it's about your inner experience is what flows out to your outer world, right? So I like it. It feels very positive. It feels very, um, you know, what a learning experience I feel it will be. Let's see, is it better? And by better, it's gonna be by important individual. Yeah, I feel like here with the full card coming in, this feels like an adventure. This feels like, more of a without any expectations, it just feels like flowing, right? And so if we can do that, if we can have no expectations of people are supposed to like this and thank me and say they like this and do this and whatever, you're just like everyone's going to have their own adventure, and I'm just going to do my best to be enjoy myself the most and have love flow out of me. This is going to be a trip of love, and if you just make it a trip of love and no expectations, that's where that full card comes in because when we do all this and we have all these expectations, we have disappointment. But if we do all this and have no expectations or very little, we have all this abundance. And that's the difference in the trips, I feel. Yeah, absolutely. I love that. All right. So that's what they have you for the number one there. I like it. And then number two, thank you for your second donation. Let's give that a love and a like. Anyone? Career reading long run. All right, let's see. What does Spirit want you to know about career long term here? All right. All right. Yeah, we definitely have this change of direction for your career coming in. We start off on the bottom of the deck with the Five of Pentacles, which is all about, feelings of lack. Yeah. Tough times. It's the energy of tough times. It's our belief, right? Feelings of lack, of feeling, um, abandoned, left behind, these feelings of not enough. Well, the Five of Pentacles, there's this transformation with that when we realize it's not humans that bring us what we need in each moment. It's not Sweden. It's not anybody in the world. It's creator, it's spirit. They're our source, right? They're the ones that bring us our necessities, our sustenance in each moment. Because obviously, we've always had everything we needed in this moment, or we'd be dead right now. So we've got a good track record that we can trust. And this is about building that trust that the creator is and source, whatever you believe your higher power is what brings us what we need in each moment, right? So I like this energy. And we got the Three of Pentacles that comes in, which is about being true to your authentic self and, really wanting to pursue something that is different and new. You even have the Universe card on the bottom, which is, you know, ending of old cycles, beginning of new adventures. So there is here in the long run, and I feel like you already know this in the long run, you're going to be in a different location, you're going to be in a different job, in a different place. But part of all this is really understanding, getting out of your head, out of the supposed tos and shoulds and need tos, and what is the heart, your high heart saying for this for you here? Because you've got the Justice card here, which is, this, you know, here's that Ace of Swords again, which is clearing away the old ways of thinking to embrace the new ways of thinking, higher ways of thinking, and Innocence of Wands, Page of Wands, which is about, a new passion, living your passion instead. And we've got even here the Sage, the Hierophant, which is your higher self drawing you to see things from a higher perspective and on this inner journey to find your capital T truth of who you really want to be. And the Six of Pentacles is the balancing out of, the energies of the outside world. Because if we're in it for just the money, yeah, it helps with the world, but if we're not living our passion, living our heart, we're going to feel like a prisoner. We're going to feel trapped. We're going to wake up going, crap, I got to go to live I got to go do my career today instead of waking up going, so excited for today, right? And there's a difference there. And like we said, we've got the Three of Wands here, which is the changing of direction with new information. So you definitely go a completely different direction than where you are now and where you you head off and are going to with that. So long run, I feel like they're saying the main important thing right now is to get um, out of here and into the higher mind, right? Look at the capital teachers. Who do I truly want to be? Let me connect to my high heart, my higher mind, get out of my human brain and find out what is it? What made my heart sing? What makes my heart feel full? And where does that draw me to? Because I feel like that is what is going to be the spark, like that Ace of Wands, that takes you to a new passion, a new place in your life. So I like it. And that's what they have for you for that one. And then your third one here, let's give that some love and a like here. So the final financial situation for long run and your stocks. All right, let's take a look here. All right. All right. Okay, that's a lot of cards. Well, we like that you got the universe, which is all about, victory and ending of an old cycle, beginning of new adventure that comes in here. So you're definitely going to be looking at, with your finances and your stocks, you're going to be looking at different things. You know, like you said, with long run, that really unfolded here. Stocks are like a long run kind of investment. Um, things unfold over time. Not that I'm a financial advisor. Disclaimer, not a financial advisor. This is tarot. This is for entertainment purposes only. So, of course, everyone has to make their ultimate decisions. We always, refer everyone to licensed professionals to get all their expert advice, right? And so, yeah, and you've got the strength card, which is this, again, when we're talking about finances in the long run, this is this combination of your human connecting with your higher self. Let's see what this is about here. Yeah. And 10 of Cups, it's like this abundance, like we're talking about. A big thing when we look at, again, with finances and money and all of that, there is this energy that we have of, you know, money makes the world go around, but there's billionaires and millionaires that kill themselves because they're not happy. The biggest abundance we have comes from in here, and there can be someone in a remote village that has just the food for the day, and they're so happy and so content. And they think we're silly that we get upset that my cell phone died and I had to settle for a flip phone instead of a smartphone. They're like, "What?" The happiness that comes from within. That's funny. Yeah, but I like this. I feel like the big thing with your finances and stocks and stuff is to face your fears, to step out of the thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that have made you feel blinded and bound and trapped in the past. And there's this freedom that comes in, once you connect inward and upward. You got two number eights. It's a flow number where the more we're grateful for, the 10 of cups is also about gratitude. The more we're grateful for what we do have and have had, that's what we draw more in. But if we focus our energy on I want more, we tell the universe, I enjoy wanting, not getting more, but wanting more. So can you just keep it away from me so I can want and feel that, experience of wantingness. We don't get to experience that on the other side. So that's why we enjoy it so much over here, right? Enjoy it over here. But there's this energy of once I start focusing on what I do have in my life, I realize how full and blessed my life is. And then just things come naturally. The flow opens up that comes to us. That's not our intention. It's just a side effect of it. Like, all right, I want. I can't full spirit with my energy. If I'm like, okay, I'm going to say that I am grateful, but I know because I want more. Our wanting more is what our energy is that pushes stuff away. But when I can sincerely in my heart start writing down what I'm grateful for, that's what changes things. And I talk about a gratitude journal a lot and it's really important, for that, where we draw in this, um, the more we're grateful for, the more the universe goes, "Oh, you like being grateful for things? Here, let me give you more." That's when things come in. When I'm focusing on wanting more, we push it away. When I focus on great gratitude for what I have already, it brings in more. It's funny how that works. Because usually, I learned this in corporate life. I strove so hard to get bonuses and promotions and everything, pushed them away. When I'm like, fine, well, I'm just grateful for the job that I have, and I'm just gonna come in every day and, but oh, here, bonus promotion. I'm like, what? I'm like doing a fourth of what I did before, trying for it. But when I sat and was in gratitude, that's when it flowed into my life, if that's interesting. So that's what's coming in for you for that one. Yeah, Shakira, you're just gonna ask your question. For everyone, I'm only gonna be on for about 4 more minutes, and then I'm heading over to my praying mantis session. I haven't started any of the free readings yet. I will be back. In fact, I'm probably going to have to come back for some of the donations. You guys will be up first when I return, but I'm going to go spend about an hour with my praying mantis members. Then I'm going to eat, and then I'll be back on to finish out the free readings, and any of the donations. You guys will be up first when I come back to do that there. So I'm going to be running out of time here. Appreciate all of the donations. So grateful. All right, and then Jeep, your final question here. Let's give that a love and a like. Thank you so much for all those. An update on the TikTok videos. You added more videos. Yeah, I followed you on TikTok and did that. So if you put down below, put my TikTok is, and put your TikTok ID or whatever if you want. And if anyone else wants to go check them out, um, please feel free to support our sibling here. All right. So, let's talk about here. Yeah, we've got here. I like the Heart of Cups, which is the Queen of Cups. So, sharing emotional things, I feel like, is an important piece here. I feel like there is this. You got the Star card, which is like one of the dreams come true type of things. So, there is this energy of balancing between the head and the heart, and trusting that, you know I feel like there is this progression, there is this movement. It just takes time, right? We got the Judgment card, which is about, your higher self calling you to this higher place, into something that is your calling. And I like this clarity that's coming in. Yeah, even here with the Heart of Cups and the High Priestess is about emotion and passion. And so I definitely like this about sharing things that move your heart, right? Getting out of the head of like, well, this is what people would like, and get into sharing your passion. Because again, it's about our energy and our intention, right? If I love sharing and doing something, I'm going to do it out of the love of my heart, then that's when things flow in, like everything else, right? And you have the ability here with the Six of Pentacles. If you do that, there's abundance that comes in with that. But I do feel like it's with all of this High Priestess, trust your intuition, get in tune with your heart, and share your passions. And um, let your heart and spirit lead you in those directions, instead of you know we can try to go, well, I think that people would like this, I'm going to go search this, what's the most searched for type of video, can I make videos like that? But that's like trying to have the mind to do it, right? We talked about how, like, when people sing, if they're singing but they're not feeling it, but they're singing and they're doing something, then it's, oh, it sounded pretty, but there's something missing. When people sing from their heart, even if they sing off key here and there, when they're singing from their heart, they're the ones that make you know, your hair stand up when you're just like, whoa, because you can feel the energy that's flowing forward. And I feel like that's what the important thing is, that's coming in there. Yeah. So, when you're sharing from your heart and focusing on that, then, that's that we're looking at. And so I hope it becomes huge is not sharing from your heart, that's sharing from our mind, right? It's like, why do we want it to be huge? It's like if you're sharing from your heart, like, I want to share these things because I want to touch people. And if I get 9 likes, I'm grateful for the 9 likes. But if like I want it to be huge, spirit, oh, you like wanting, it pushes it away again, right? It's all about what is our intention. If I'm focusing on what I'm grateful for and I'm happy either way, I'm just sharing and I'm living my joy, then the stuff that unfolds is comes naturally. It flows because that attracts that energy. When we try and try and try, it's like smothering somebody trying to get them to love us, but when we just are ourselves, that's what attracts someone who loves us for ourselves. You know, that's the kind of energy that comes through. So hopefully that makes sense. All right, Jeep. So thank you so much for all those donations. I greatly appreciate that. And oh my goodness, I'm not going to be able to get to some of your donations right now, but I will be back. So, Love 43, thank you so much for your donation. Let me grab that. I'll grab these separate, but I'm going to give that some love and a like there. And then Brenda, thank you for your additional. Oh, yay. I love the unicorn. So we will be back for that. And then Mia, let's give that a love and a like there as well. And then and love 1234, I did not forget you. I did get the additional donation over there. So I will be back for that too. I'll take a screenshot of that. So I'll make sure not to leave that to the side there. Brenda, yeah, yeah. And so he's saying it's not you, it's me. And just say, I mean, you can say, I do love you, Eric. And um, I do love you. And, and if you truly want to know, is there anything that I can do, do for you? You know, and I feel like there will be a conversation later, but yeah, I need to do these others. So I will come back to that. You can definitely say I love you, Eric, though. Say I love you. I do love you. And is there anything I can do for you? It's a good thingy. That can open up some conversation too. All right. Oops, let me get rid of this real quick here. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to take some pictures real quick here of the chat. I will be back. I didn't get to any free readings, which is kind of becoming a piece of these readings, but I do come back to finish out the free readings currently. So please, thank you so much for your patience as I get to the free readings. I know not everyone is able to make donations, so I do like to come back on and provide free readings for my community. So I appreciate your patience in getting there, and for those donations I didn't get to, thank you guys so much. I definitely will be back to finish all those out, and when I do return, I'll put a comment on the end of the in the video. Sorry, I totally was trying to think of two things at the same time, which didn't work out well, obviously. So, and I'll post a comment and pin it and put the order in which the readings were completed there. In the meantime, while you're waiting for your readings, I'll be back probably in about 2.5 hours to finish out the free readings. But I did put out a retrograde video, which I don't have a link here. I should have grabbed that. But if you go to my main page at the top, I've got a retrograde reading that talks about the Saturn retrograde that's coming up, the Mercury retrograde that we're in right now. Also, how you can make the most of the eclipse energy. Here's that video. And of course, if you're wanting to know how you can move in your life from chaos to cozy, I have a free podcast. Here's the playlist if you want to catch up on some of those. Talks about my darkest time and things that Spirit has shared on how we can move our vibration from lower to higher, from chaos to cozy. So be sure to check those things out. Those are a couple, but I got a ton of free content on the main page. If you go there, just follow your heart and Spirit will show you the way. Right, everybody, I'm going to head off to my Praying Mantis members. So remember, every second of every day of your life, you are unconditionally and eternally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you guys again, much love to you. Hang in there. Enjoy the rest of your day or night, wherever you're out in the world. We'll see you soon. You take care.